listen from each other time. Number one, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam met every single person where they were in life. Let me say it again. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam met every single person where they were in life. You know the problem with some of us youth, and I do counseling for younger people, and almost every issue that comes to me, if it's not about relationships or marriage, which I can't give advice about, they always come up to me and they tell me that they complain about their parents. Like, my father is doing this and my mother is doing this and I'm not able to connect with them, and they're doing this thing wrong and they're doing that thing wrong. And sometimes, it's actually bad things, and we have to talk to their parents and say, look, this is not how you're supposed to do tarbiyah of your children. But most of the time, it's because of misunderstanding. I constantly remind young people that your father and your mother, they're not like awliya of Allah. They're not friends of Allah that know how to do everything right. They're also guys and girls who are trying to make it in life. You have to understand, this is their first time being parents. You have to understand where they're coming from. Sometimes a lot of us as youth, we have parents that come from overseas. They had their own childhood. And sometimes they reflect that childhood on us. But we can't blame them all the time. We have to understand where they come from. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was able to do that. Based upon where every single person would come from, he would analyze them and he would give them nasiha in the same way. You know what's so beautiful? One time, so you had in Medina, in Arabia, you had the people that were born and raised in the city. And those people were usually people that were civilized, okay? So if you were born and raised in Mecca or Medina, you were always somebody who was, you're civilized, you know how to talk to people, because you've seen people and you've interacted with civilization, you know how to, be a courteous person. If you were a Bedouin, right, like, Upper Texas, like hillbilly rednecks, those type of people, right? You see how those people talk, right? Sometimes they're showing you love, but it's like tough love. They're always yelling. They're always screaming at you. That's how the Bedouins of Arabia were.